Right, let's start today's session. In the last lecture of Python, we were discuss about complete different ways to write Python code and execute. So we have launched the editor tools like PyCharm as well as Visual Studio Code. So I said that from now onwards, I'm going to continue all my lectures using PyCharm editor. And let me open PyCharm editor. Yesterday, what project I created, the project name Python project 9 PM. So let's go to PyCharm editor. So simply you can type in search box PyCharm, then press enter. You'll be able to open PyCharm editor. And for the first time when I open, as soon as recent times on which project I work, that project is opening now. But it's not your project, it is 7 PM project. So your project is 9 PM, right? So let me open it. To open existing project folder, file menu, click on open option, go to the location where you have saved your Python files, PyCharm projects, and this is my project folder, Python project 9 PM. So you have to select that folder and open in this window. If you click on new window, it will open new window. If you click on attach, it will attach below 7 PM. One more folder will be attached 9 PM. And I'm just going to override this. In place of 7 PM, I'm going to open 9 PM project. This is your project which we created two files yesterday, test.py, test1.py. So in today's lecture, I'm going to discuss most important Python fundamental concept. Python fundamentals. Yes. So total 6 fundamental concepts you must understand. First, in that first fundamental concept is indentation in Python. This is most important. Most of the beginners, they might get confused during the indentation of Python only. So that is its most important fundamental Python indentation. Next, comments. Next, keywords or reserved words. Next, identifiers. Next, variables. Next, multiple assignment. These are all total 6 basic fundamental concepts you must and should aware. It will be useful for the further programming. So first, let's begin with indentation, sir. See, sir, indentation means in general 4 spaces, white spaces. Okay. But to understand indentation in better way, I would like to write some logic here. But make sure that this logic is not suitable for Python. It's only suitable for other languages like int I equal to 10. This type of declaration generally it's suitable in other languages, right, sir? C, C++, Java, like that. So int is a variable, integer data type. Variable name is I, equal to is the assignment operator, 10 equal to value, semicolon is ended, that is termination. This type of syntax is commonly used in other languages except Python. But why I'm writing this means just for understanding point of indentation in Python. So I'm writing if condition, open bracket, I equal to 10. Open delimiter, close delimiter. If it is C language, printf true. Termination symbol. Else block, open delimiter, close delimiter, printf. This is false. Just closely observe this program. I'm using the variable I, value is 10. I'm using if condition, I is double equal to 10 means comparison operator it is. If 10 equal to 10 matching means if the condition evaluates to true means control flow jump into which block? If block. We will get printf true. Then if 100 value, for example, if I take 100 value of I, 100 equal to 10 means not correct. If it is not correct, control ignore the if block. it will jump into which block? Else block. Then we are getting output printf false only. So ultimately what I mean to say, except Python language, in other languages like Java, C#.NET, C language, C++, if they want to consider a block of code, then programmers can use open curly brackets, close curly brackets. Within the brackets, how many statements they included? That all statements under comes into if block. Here, how many statements if include? All statements under comes into else block. So to consider a block of code, in other languages, programmers use curly brackets open and close. But in Python, to consider a block of code, we don't use any curly brackets options. Instead of that, we are using what? 4 space indentation levels we are going to use. So just for explaining indentation only, I'm just comparing with this other language code. But this type of code cannot suitable with Python. Okay, let me open Notepad. Again, I'm telling you, what is the problem generally we notice when the moment writing the code in Notepad editor. That is the reason I don't recommend to write code in Notepad at beginning level of learning Python. So you will notice today, if I write code in Notepad, especially logic code, what problem you face in general, you will see that. So yesterday we have shown, right, sir, how to write code in Notepad, how to save with the .py extension, how to run it command prompt or ideally. Same pattern I'm using. But here I'm writing Python standard if condition, else condition. It doesn't mean that I'm explaining about if and else. I'm explaining about indentation. My concentration is today indentation only. How if block will work, else block will work. Later part I'll explain. So let's declare the variable in Python I equal to 10. This is the correct format of declaring the variable in Python, right, sir? Yes. No data type is required because dynamically typed. If I equal to 10, this is Python syntax, sir. So later I'll explain how if syntax is look like. Okay. I equal 10 colon compulsory. As soon as when I press enter, the control jump into the next line. Cursor is blinking in the starting point. Usually, who are new to the program, Python program, then they can start writing over there. Else block, again print here false. So this is my Python standard code. Yes, according to Python syntax, if syntax is same here, else syntax is same here. But this program is syntactically uh, correct, logically correct, but syntactically wrong. Let me save this file. Control S, save, desktop. Let me change the name. Sample.py is my file name. I'm saving this file name with sample.py. I'm using in desktop. Click on save itself. Now notice this. What output I'm expecting, sir, based on this value and condition. If I value 10 equal 10 means I'm expecting true, right? But you can see the result when the moment I execute this sample.py file using command prompt. So let me open command prompt. Same procedure yesterday what we passed and move towards your desktop location. But before moving towards desktop location, my desktop is present in OneDrive location. That's what I'm moving OneDrive. Change directory. Again, change directory to the desktop. And here, once you are in desktop, you have to run your Python file. Yesterday, we have shown how to run Python file, Python space sample.py. The moment when I press enter, I'm expecting true. But you can see the moment when I press enter, you got an error. What error? Indentation error. At line number 3, if statement on line number 2. So expected an indented block. So this is the problem we generally notice whenever we write the logic in Notepad, Python script in Notepad. The problem is what here are in the Notepad editor. Whenever we type this logic means here all the statements are considered as a new statement only. No statements are under comes into the if block or else block. As I said that in other programming languages, programmers, they can follow the clear syntax like curly bracket, open and close. In between what statements they have included that are all under comes into if block. Here also under comes into else block. But in Python, we don't use this type of curly brackets to consider a block of code. Then we use indentation, that is for space. But that's the reason why we are getting error, indentation error in command prompt. So here no statements under comes into if block, sir. To make the statements under comes into the if block or else block means here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces indentation levels I'm providing. After else block also 1, 2, 3, 4 indentation spaces also I'm providing. So if block, else blocks, indentation. Now this time you can save it again, then only save changes applicable. And if you go back to command prompt and run this again, you got the output correctly true only, sir. Why true? Because we are getting the output clearly here. How many spaces is mandatory means I'm telling you one space is enough. It's not compulsory four spaces. But specifically why I am mentioning four spaces, I will give the reasoning, sir. So now we can see if you go back to notepad, at least one space I'm giving, you can see this. Only one space. Okay, here. It's not compulsory. If block, how many spaces, else block, that many spaces, no matter any spaces. It works well. Now this time I'm using 100, Control S, save changes. 100 equal to 10, not correct. It will go to else block. Once if it go to else block, then the result is what's a false. At least one space or more spaces like this. You can see this. But it's not look good, right, sir? It will also work out now. You can see this. Save changes and it works well, no problem at all. But that's not look good structure. So got it? So at least one space or more spaces required here. So if you are able to follow the space indentations, four space indentation, then you can write the code in Notepad. Otherwise, don't go with Notepad. These problems generally we can face in the initial stage of practice of Python. That's what I strongly recommend to use proper editor like PyCharm editor or Visual Studio Code editor. Now let's write same logic, whatever I have written in Notepad, same logic I can write in PyCharm editor. So what is the advantage? You will see auto indentation levels will be there, sir, here. As a programmer, no need to think much more about where I should give indentations, where not to give, no need to worry, sir. So automatically based on your program, you can see I value 10. If I equal to 10, then as soon as when I press enter button, you can notice automatically cursor is leaving indentation. After four space indentation only, the cursor is blinking. From there, you have to write your statements. This will be good practice in reality. So move back the cursor, else block, press enter. Again, else block consideration part also. Print false is coming like this. So this is good practice. Easily we can able to manage the indentation true. And if I run 100 value equal 10 false, when I refresh now you can see false is there. So here also four space indentation level. Why specifically I mentioned four space, notice this are in PyCharm editor bottom corner, four space indentation levels are showing here. You can see, observe my cursor, four space indentation layer. Okay, this is four space indentation. That's the reason I am asking you to do four space or at least one space also. Here also one space you can give, one space. Only one. This block of this print under comes into if block. This print under comes into else block like this. But why default four means I am giving PyCharm editor is giving default four spaces. That's what I'm saying, four space indentation level better to maintain. And the indentation only to consider a block of codes are if block, else block, for loop block, while loop block, function block, class block, only block. Normal statement, it is not required. For example, here you can see print hello. Okay. And next printer, what I can say, hi. But I don't need to follow this print and print indentation because these two statements individually I'm considering not required to use indentation levels. Okay, like this. So this is indentation in Python, four space indentation levels you have to maintain. This is one of the most fundamental, you cannot ignore it. And comment section. Next function, fundamental concept is comment section. Hey, Mr. Sai Kumar, you are drawing unnecessarily some lines. Please take care. Why you are drawing here and there? So don't draw that because screen is completely disturbed, right? Yeah. Now comment section. Coming to the comments. See, sir, comments are very common in any language, like C language, C++, Java, C Sharp, .NET, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, every time, everywhere. But each and every language will have the comment section in different style. So generally, why the comments are required? There are two simple reasons are there. I'll explain quickly. Suppose you are the programmer. Okay. If you don't want to execute some lines of the code in your program, then suppose these two lines I don't want to execute. Then if I delete these two lines, it's okay for me. But later, whenever I need these two lines, again I have to rewrite, right? Yes. So instead of deleting them, put these two lines into comment section. Whenever you put these lines into comment section, your Python interpreter simply ignore the lines of code from the execution. Do you want to exclude some sort of lines of program? Then you can put them into comment. That commented section will be ignored from the execution by your interpreter. Whenever do you want to include, you can uncomment them. This is why one reason which we can use comments. Then other reason is, suppose you are the programmer, you are writing some application code. While writing this application code, you can leave the comment section with a descriptive manner. So whenever you look back your code after a long time, you will get understand clearly what purpose at that time you have written the code by reading comment section. Or else not only you, all of a sudden you left from your company. In place of your role, somebody joined. That developer also can look at your code and they can understand by reading your comment section whenever you leave the comments at the time of development. So this is the reason why comments are very commonly used. Okay. And how to use comment section in Python means simple. Always Python comment starts with hash symbol. Either it can be a single line comment or it can be a multi-line comment. All are hash symbol only. For suppose, let us consider in this program, I don't want to execute this print hello, print hi. So let's give the comment starts with hash symbol. So this is commented symbol here. Now let's run it. We are getting output only false. Just this program executing. These two lines are not executing. So your Python interpreter will ignore these two lines because you have given comment section. Now let's again remove the hash symbol, uncomment. That means again it is including the execution here. Sir, one or two lines you can manage somehow by giving hash symbol, right? But if I want to comment entire the program, like all the program, each and every line, I can't give hash sign starting. So there is a shortcut for giving comment section. So that is the shortcut called control/. So this is a shortcut key we have to follow. Control+/. Select how many number of lines do you want to keep in comment. All lines, you can put them into comments. For example, you can see total program I'm selecting control/. Automatically commented. No output is coming. Again, select all purpose, control A, select all. Again, control/, uncommented. Output is coming like this. So comment purpose, uncomment purpose, same. Control/, comment, again control/, uncomment like this. And you can also write description like this. So this is a program to show indentation like this. This is my description. If somebody visit this code, they can understand why I have written this program by reading this comment section. This is not including in the execution part, sir. So this is about comment section, shortcut also there, control+/. Next fundamental concept is keywords or reserved words. These are keywords or reserved words also very quite common in any language. Every language is having its own keywords that are also called as reserved words. Some words will be reserved for a particular purpose. The word which is reserved for particular task, same task purpose, you have to use that word. You can't use for your own purpose. So first, for example, here, let me close this all programs. Let's have the another program test3.py. So many files we can keep on adding to this project folder. So now you can see, sir, suppose if is a keyword. Okay, I'm using this if as variable. But is it possible, sir? No, you can see this, there is an error. So clearly the indication is says that underline reads quickly. That is error is coming like this. What error? Syntax error, invalid syntax. Because according to Python, the if is a keyword. This keyword is having some particular task, like it is reserved for a particular task. For what task purpose it reserved means for conditional check. So this if keyword you have to use only for conditional check, not for your own variable. Suppose IFF I'm using here. Yes, this is valid because there is no keyword name called IFF. It works well. So if it is not keyword, it's valid. But if it is keyword, you can't because every keyword is having its own purpose. But how to bring keywords which is available in Python means there are simple two lines of keyword is there. You can see this import keyword. What is keyword? It is a library. I'm using keyword library, sir. This library, what purpose I'm using? Just for getting the keyword list. You can see print keyword.kw list. The library name dot class name kw list. Like that, we can use plenty of libraries in our session, depends on our topic. That's the reason yesterday I said I can't list out all the libraries, right? Yeah. So you just, with the flow, we have to explain that. So whenever I run this, you will see all the keyword list is coming in the output window. False, none, true, and as at all keywords are present. For the first time when we get the keyword list, you will see horizontally it is displaying all the keywords. Instead of horizontal scrolling, you do one thing. There is a bottom corner in terminal window, soft to wrap option is there. You simply click on soft to wrap, automatically you will get complete keyword list in one at one site only, so that you can look at all the keyword at once. So according to Python, Python is a case sensitive language, right, sir? So just because of that reason, first three keyword you can observe: false, capital F, none, N capital, true, T capital. Rest of all the keywords are lowercase. Only starting three keywords are uppercase. False, F capital, none, N capital, true, T capital. You have to use same way because of it is case sensitive programming language. Okay. Remaining all are lowercase. Every keyword I'm going to explain, sir, according to the topic. See, sir, if is a keyword. Just now we have discussed, right? This keyword is reserved for only for conditional check. You have to use same purpose. For example, def is a keyword. This keyword is to define a function. For that reason only we have to use, not for other reason. Else is a keyword. In is a keyword. All. No keyword can be used as your own purpose. Every keyword is having special purpose. The keyword which is reserved for particular task, same task purpose you have to use. You can't use as your own purpose like variable declaration, function declaration. No. Okay, each keyword, it's having its own task. Whenever the moment I use keywords in my Python program, then that keyword can convey the clear message to the interpreter to do a particular task while program executing. But now you can see this current program, I have already used one keyword, right? What is that keyword? Import keyword. Look at this, import is also one of the keyword which is available in keyword list. Why I'm using this import keyword? Just because my task is to import the library. That's the reason I'm using this keyword, import keyword. So this keyword list you can get easily by using these two lines of code in any editor. Next fundamental concept, identifiers. See, identifier means what? There are total 8 rules are there. I'll explain one by one. Please be concentrate. So identifier means very simple, sir. In Python, any name is called as identifier. In Python, any name is called as identifier. In Python, any name is called as identifier. Okay. So it can be either it can be a variable name or function name or class name, any name, just names or class name. These are all what? Identifiers. So simply I can say how I can identify you by your name, right? Say like this in Python, anything, if you want to identify, name is required. That is nothing but identifier. Identify something by its name is called identifier, but there are total 8 rules are there, sir. rules to define the identifiers in Python. You must and should follow the rules. You cannot break the rules. That's what I'm explaining. Total 8 rules here. Rule number 1. Identifier can be a lowercase or uppercase. Anyone you can use. But make sure that identifiers are case sensitive. If we use lowercase identifier name, uppercase identifier name, no matter, same way how to access. This is rule number 1 and rule number 2. Let me cover these 2 rules in my program. Okay. Suppose emp id is my variable name. 1234 is the value. Print emp id. So how I declare this variable names are lowercase. How I am accessing lowercase through. It's 1. But if I try to access capital letter emp id, will it work, sir? No. Undoubtedly no. Name error. Because capital emp id you have not defined. You have defined only lowercase empid, but you are trying to access capital letter empid. That's not possible. Can I declare capital letter empid? Yes, but not recommend. Observe here. I'm giving capital letter empid. I'm accessing capital letter empid. It works well, sir, but not recommend. I'm saying. Why don't you recommend, sir? You may get down. The reason is I'm telling you. So in Python, any name, if you give all in capital letters like this is nothing but it's called constant. But how the other programming language people, they can mention const int a means this is constant variable. If this variable value cannot be changed, for example, age 40, this is constant value. In other languages, the people, when they mention constant variable, this value cannot be changed. It is fixed. Changes are not allowed. But in Python, how we can convey that is your constant variable means if you declare all the characters in lower uppercase, this makes sense constant only. For example, you can see, sir, in Python, I declare age capital letter 50. So who know about Python rules and regulations very well, they can understand by looking this age capital letter, this age value fixed, better not to change. But still, if they want to change, they can change it. Changes are possible because Python do not support any constants. Just name convention purpose, we can mention capital letter. We have to make other people to understand, or you have to convey your message that my variable and values are constant, not to change. But still, even though if you know this is constant and still you want to change, you can change it because Python do not support constant. So I hope you understand why I don't recommend unnecessarily capital letters. If you give capital letter names, that leads to constant only. Do you want to really uh, project your variable and values constant? Go for capital letter only. But unnecessary, don't give this. That's what I'm recommending better to lowercase only. Okay. This is rule number 1, rule number 2. And rule number 3, identifier allows digits. Yes. Identifier allows digits. It allows digits. Means in the name, you can include 0 to 9, any digits. But make sure that identifier should not starts with digit. It should not start with the digit. You can use digit anyway, but starting point digit should not be there. For example, EMP1, ID 9, it's a valid because 1 and 9 are the digits. I am making part of this variable name. It's okay, sir, no problem. But if I start, the name starts with a digit like 4, any digit, it's not valid. Syntax. Sir. So any name you cannot start with a digit in Python. The name contains digit but not starting. In the middle or last, anywhere except starting point. And rule number 5 says identifier allows the underscore. This is only the special symbol possible to include while working with names in Python. That too, this special symbol underscore why it is means identifier or any name should not be two or more parts. Means more than 2 parts not possible. So do you want to include all parts together? Then better to use underscore symbol. So first suppose here emp space id I'm giving. This is my 2 words variable name, but you can see 2 words variable name not allowed. EMP is one word, ID is another word. In between, you should not give space. You must give at least underscore to combine these two words or more words like this one. This is proper way to declare. And then identifier rule number 7 means if any identifier or if an identifier starts with an underscore sign, then it is, we can call it as private. Then it is private. You know, in other languages like Java, .NET people, if they want to declare the variable as private, they can mention private int age. If they want to declare their variable as public, they can mention public int age. Like that, access specifiers, we can call it as according to them. But in Python, we don't have this type of access specifiers like private or public. Okay. But how do we make in Python variables are private and public means? So by default, all the variables and methods by default in Python public only. Suppose here age equal to 50. This is public variable. Okay. But how I can make the restriction somebody access this private variable as public means anybody can access that public means. How do I make this private variable means if your variable starts with underscore, single underscore or double underscore. There is some specification is there. I will discuss this single underscore procedure, double underscore procedure whenever the situation is required, especially in object-oriented programming point of view. I'll clearly mention, sir. Generally, if any identifier starts with underscore, this is called private only. But if the variable or any name not started with underscore, that is by default public. So public means anybody can access anywhere we can access. For example, in one class, if I declare my variable as public, in that class we can access. Outside of the class also we can access. Other classes also we can access. In one class, if I declare variable starts with underscore, that is private means same class only we have to access, other class not allowed to access. So restriction point of view, we can define the variable private as well as public. So this is not right situation to talk about private and public more. Later, when it comes to object-oriented programming, I'll discuss in detail. But this is also one of the important rule. That's what I'm including, sir. And rule number 8, already I discussed. No keyword can be used as identifier. Already we have shown. If is a keyword, whenever I start use if keyword as variable name, that's not allowed, right? Yes. So these total 8 rules must and should follow, especially while working in Python, any name, either variable name, function name, class name, any name, naming conventions are important. You have to follow these rules. Okay, how the way you want, you can't give, sir. Some rules and regulations will be there. Now, next fundamental concept is variables. Yeah, somebody is asking keyword. Keyword means what? Keywords are reserved words. Keywords means reserved words, sir. Every keyword is reserved for particular task. The keyword cannot be used as your variable. That means last point you're asking, right? No keyword can be used as identifier. So I'm explaining. Suppose your df is a keyword, sir. How I'm using this df keyword as a variable. You can't use it. You can see this. Because this is a keyword. It is reserved for some particular task. For which task it is reserved in Python to define the function. For that purpose only how to use. But I am using this keyword as what? Variable name. No. So variable name, this is A. It is correct because A is not a keyword. It's a name. Any name apart from keyword list that can be useful. If it is keyword list, you can't use as your variable name or some other reasons. Because keywords, reserved words will have the specific task to do. In that task purpose only we have to use it. Next, variables. See, sir, in Python, variable is also called as identifier. Yes, it's a name, right? Variable name, class name like this. But variable is having a separate definition. Variable is a named memory location. Variable is a named memory location of the value. In Python, every value has its variable. Every value has its variable. And at the same time, in Python, while declare the variable, we need not to we need not to specify any data type explicitly, because the reason already you know that Python is a dynamically typed programming language. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. That's the reason we need not to specify any data type while declaring the variable. Based upon the value what you assign to your variables, automatically the variable will get data type internally by Python only. So why it is a named memory location? For example, you can see A is a variable name, 10 is the value. If I ask the question where the 10 value is going to store means what's your answer? A only. In A only 10 value is going to store. But for A variable, who is going to assign memory? Python. For what purpose? The A variable will get memory from Python to hold the 10 value within it. So 10 is going to store in the memory A. That's what it's a named memory location. And you can see that memory address also required. There is a address. But before that, let me say, did I mention any data type of this variable like integer or something? No. If I declare integer, it's invalid syntax according to Python. As I mentioned many times, dynamically typed programming language means based on the value, data type automatically decide for a variable. Just for your curiosity, do you want to know the type of A? Which type is decide for your variable value means integer type because of value is integer. If I take 10.9, this is float value decided for your variable. If I take it in the double quotes group of characters, string data type decided. Okay. If I take only one character, again string data type only. Even single quotation mark, single character, string only. Because Python do not support any char data type. In general, other language point of view, one single character, if I include within the quotation mark, single quotation mark, the char data type only, but it's still string only, sir. Okay. So based on the value, data type will decide by Python only for your variables. So in the name of A memory only, the value 10 is going to store. That's what variable is nothing but named memory location of the value. Do you want to get memory address of the variable? So ID function is there, sir. Later I'll discuss about ID function also in detail. Don't worry. ID means identity. This function is used to get memory address of the variable A. In which memory address is going to store value 10 means this memory address. It's a base memory number. Randomly it will generate. And if I take B value 20 means I'm printing B. Now we can see type of B also integer only, but identity, the memory address of B is different memory, sir, because values are different. That's what Python decide the memory for 10 value different, 20 value different. In case if I try to take 10 and 10 for A and B, Python decides same memory for storing 10 value in that memory. For that memory, the A is going to represent, B is going to represent. You can go and collect that 10 value from that memory either by using A or by using B. We are collecting the value same memory only. Memory address number is same, sorry. Okay. So this is identity function to get memory address of any variable. You can use identity function. It is a built-in function. It is used to get memory address of the variable and it will return unique integer memory number, base number it is. Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Tell me. Tell me.
Yes, yes. Sir, previous you have told that this is a memory address. Na? You have defined some identity for me.
Uh, hmm.
Yes, yes. Then it is print ID BA like that. Line number 5 and 6. It is like it is compulsory to write the same code. Uh,
No, no. So, no. Same code means if you want to get memory address, this is compulsory.
Okay, okay, okay. Syntax is like that. If I want to get memory address, it is compulsory to write that.
Compulsory, yeah, yeah. Because why print statement I am using? Just for printing the value. Who is going to print, get the value? ID function will get.
Okay,
ID function is used to get the memory address of A. So if I don't print, what will happen, sir? ID of A you are typing. Now you can see ID of B you are typing, but you are not printing, right? Now you
yes, sir.
can see you are not printing. That's what result is not come. So print means output. You have to print it. Then you will get result. Then only it is. Otherwise not.
Okay,
Now you can see
it is
it.
a memory address. It will be so the memory address.
Memory address. In memory address, base number we can call it as this number. Internally, this number memory address only can hold the value 10 only. Same memory address, both are.
Okay,
Value is same. If value is different, it's having different memory address number. You can see this number is different for A value 10. This memory address number is different for B value 20.
okay, sir. And here, sir, no syntax like a comma, semicolon. Like there is
No,
no.
no, nothing. That's what it's a straightforward language, man.
Okay,
Don't
okay.
don't compare. Already, if you know the C++, Java syntax, it will be
Yes, sir. Yes, because I know because I have worked on C and C++. No? That's why I'm doubt here. Yes, yes.
whenever comparison will start, then problem will get.
Okay, 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 sir.
Please be focused on this Python syntax, how it is. You can go through it.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. Now, the last fundamental concept, multiple assignment. See, sir, right now in my programming currently, A value 10, B value 20, only one value I am assigning to variable A. This is single assignment, but multiple assignment concept also there. Sometimes we will work on it. So multiple assignment is very simple. It is the process of assigning a single value to multiple variables. Okay, multiple variables. And also it is the process of assigning assigning multiple variables to multiple values. Sorry, it is assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Yes. Both examples I'll show you quickly. So assigning a single value to multiple variables and also assigning multiple values to multiple variables. First, we will show the single value to multiple variables. Why this is also I'll explain, sir. Let's have the next program test 4. Now, A10, A variable 10, value 10. B variable also 10. C variable also 10. So it's also works, sir, no problem. But my question is, value is anyway same, right? If it is same, why you have to give 3 lines is my question. So instead of 3 lines, you can also go with A equal to B equal to C equal to 10. Anyway, value for all 3 variables same means you can go to this approach only. This is the better approach. So this is assigning single value to multiple variables at once. Later you can print A, print B, print C like this only. It works well, sir. So this is multiple assignment concept, single value to multiple variables. But how I'm printing this value, sir? 3 print functions I'm using line by line, that too. If I print line by line, that's the reason we got the line by line values only in the output terminal. But can't we print in the same line, sir? Yes, possible. How it is possible? Simply you can use within the one print function ABC, it print clearly 10, 20, 30, 10, 10, 10, clearly one line only. But notice this, one line if I print by default, each and every value after what separator is there? Space separator is there in between 10 and 10 and 10. But do you want to include your own separator? Then there is a separator attribute is there. SEP equal to some comma separator I'm giving. So it's my own separator I'm giving, sir, here. SCP separator. Okay. Why print AAA na? Where I am printing AA? I'm not printing AA, ABC. So
No, trying to asking can we print at a time? Yes.
why 3S? Duplicate do you want? Acha, acha, you are asking that, man. Give me 1 second.
You assign A equal to B equal to C, right?
This just a moment. You are asking AAA only. But my output, I don't want 10, 10, 10, sir. This is not correct. Why you are repeating A, but not multiple variables. Only one variable. What is the use of it? 100 times also, if you repeat, there is no use, right? Cut it.
Can you get error there?
Why error? I'm not getting error.
Okay.
Three times you are printing A only. But my requirement is only one value. If multiple variables need same value means I can go to this approach, previously what I use. Instead of A10, B10, C10, three different variables, value is same. Instead of writing 3 lines, I am including 1 line only. That's the reason. ABC, I'm printing 1 line. But if I print ABC, all three values are coming and space provided between these 10 values. But I don't want to give space separator. I want to go with my own separator like comma separator I need. So that's the reason separator attribute is required, SCP. SCP is a built-in separator. What separator do you want to include each value after? You can decide. Suppose I am giving hyphen separator, 3 hyphens each value after. We got hyphen. And if I want to give colon separator, yes, colon, like this. Okay. But set still, if I print ABC, I'll get result is in the same line, right? Can I get the result in next line even though one print function? Yes, possible. That is what slash n. Slash n means what? New line, escape sequence. So even though I'm printing A comma B comma C, just because of one print A comma B comma C means only same line, but still I'm using separator slash n means it will go to next line again. This is the technique. So if I use print A, next line print B, next line print C, we got the 10, 10, 10 individual lines. But that I don't want. Only one print through, I can make it into line by line. This is the possibility. This is assigning single value to multiple variables, right? Let me comment this. Next process is what? Assigning multiple values to multiple variables. More than one variable, more than one value, like A comma B comma C equal to 10, 20, 30. But equal values need to be assigned, sir. Right hand side, how many values are there? Left hand side, that many variables must be required. If I print A, then print A, print B, print C like this. And I'm taking 10, 20, 30 values. But here also can't be print in the same line. Yes, same line purpose, what I recommend? Print A comma B comma C like this. But each time we can see that even though I'm printing only one function, just because of same line it's printing. Previously, what I explained, even though if we use print function one time, still do you want to go to line by line means we can use slash n. But this time I'm asking you, even though if I print A comma B comma C, still my output should be line by line. How I can do means, and the attribute is there. Look at this line by line we are getting. Sorry, end attribute. Sorry, this is not correct. Even though if I print A, print B, print C like this. If I print A, print B, three statements, 3 lines are coming. But my requirement is though I am using three print function, still my output should come into the same line. For that reason, I am using end attribute. Here also end attribute with some space. So end means what? After A printing end with some space, after space, B will be joined in the same line. After B, there is a space, space after C will be joined in the same line. You can see 10, 20, 30. In general, when we use multiple print function, it has to go to line by line, but still I'm bringing into same line just because of end attribute only. One print function through we can bring into line by line. Multiple print functions through we can bring into same line. Both are available. Even you can give comma sign also. It works well for us. 10 comma 20 comma 30 like this. Okay, sir? Yes. Print A star B by C. What is that? What is that, man? Any calculation that you can do it, no problem. You can see this. You are saying this A star B by C. So the result is calculation part it's coming. That is arithmetic operators, right? You're asking. So later I'll explain arithmetic operators also there here. Relational operator, logical operators, membership operators, so many things are. So this is about total fundamental concepts which I am using in today's session. So these are all fundamental topics must be required to follow, because to write practical programs, logical program, these fundamental concepts are very important. So these are all fundamental, 6 fundamental concepts you must follow: multiple assignment, variables, rules to define identifiers, indentations, comments, keywords. So this is all demo lectures completed. So tomorrow onwards, if really continue with my all lectures, before going to start the session tomorrow evening, you must enroll for the course. If you enroll, then only you will get a new link. This link will not work out. And once you get a new link, you can join tomorrow as well as day after tomorrow continuously. So as I mentioned that in my demo lectures, clearly this only core Python, advanced Python sessions duration is 45 working days to 50 working days. And if you are looking full stack development sessions like Python, Django, REST API, FastAPI, Flask, basics of UI, MySQL and SQL 3, total duration is 5 months duration. Every day session is going to be recorded. Same recorded video will be uploaded into your Google Drive. So far, we finished 4 video lectures that is ready to share to you. Once enrollment process is over, I'll collect your mail IDs from DurgaSoft. I can start share these 4 video lectures, and in the initial stage, you will receive this core Python PDF material tomorrow once your enrollment process is over. When I start advanced Python programming, at that time, I'll also send this advanced Python PDF material to you.
Okay, sir. And sir, you are writing these notes na? In every class, like you have write some variables, some notes here.
This statements, everything is there in my PDF. Do you want me to share these notes also? I'll send, no problem at all.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. Recorded videos lifetime will be accessed, sir. Yes, as long as you are not deleting the videos, it will be there for sure. Even by mistake, if you delete also, you can please send the request to me so I can accept.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, Flask also there. Flask is there, REST API is there, FastAPI is there, Django is there, everything. Yes.
Okay, sir. And you will cover, sir, basic concept of multi-threading na? In this.
Multi-threading, regular expression. There are content is there, right? You have received, I think you can check over there.
Okay. Because, sir, daily notes na, you are writing here. It is very helpful for study purpose. You are
No
writing.
problem, no problem. Daily notes, whatever I type notepad, immediately I can share. If you want in the chat box, you can collect it or send it. I'll send along with video also, no problem.
Yes. It is very helpful for
Yeah.
study purpose and to be understand this basic
Yeah.
concept.
Mr. Naga, without Python fee structure, that is today morning only, I said, right? Already started 9 a.m. Django REST API Flask framework. That is 7,000 fee structure. Only frameworks you are looking, except FastAPI. But in this batch, if you are looking only frameworks, Django, REST API, Flask, FastAPI, that is 10K. Later, not
No,
now, after
actually,
45 days.
I am looking for REST API and Fast API. So that is the reason.
That means you have to wait. It is now batch is right currently going. Morning, Django started. After that, REST API, after that, FastAPI, Flask. All 3 frameworks complete course it is.
Is there any batch like morning Python and evening Django like that?
No. Because morning, many batches Python already completed. For them only, I have started today morning 9 a.m. Django REST API Flask batch. And evening, 1 7 p.m. batch is going. That is also Python. They are all almost 15-20 students are there. And this batch also, I don't know how many people will turn enroll at all. No problem, we'll continue. But after 2 months only, 45 days, 50 days only, there will be chance to announce new batch of frameworks of Python.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more thing. Are you going to discuss once the completion of the core and advanced Python? First, you discuss Django, right?
Django, it will take 45 days to 2 months again. Django with projects. After that, REST API. After that, Flask. After that, FastAPI. Yeah, orderly will go like.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a nice time. Thanks for attending these 4 demo sessions. I hope you got a clarity of my lectures. If you're really looking forward, if you're really serious about learning Python from the scratch and intermediate level programming, high level programming, then please enroll for this course if really interested. But I can say one thing from my side, at the end of the sessions, after completion of course, you will not disappoint for sure that. So have a nice time. See you tomorrow. Please contact DurgaSoft to continue these lectures for enrollment procedure.
Okay, sir. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.